The following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back after a summer break to this week's episode of the Hallmark of Greatness podcast, a podcast dedicated to highlighting the beauty of all the Hallmark Lifetime straight-to-TV movies that don't get the admiration they fully deserve. I'm Anthony Burke, and with me as always are two people who claim to have invented a cure for sneezing. He's currently sat on the toilet, I guess. It's Joe Higgins.
What? I'm not the one that's had runny bottom after eating paella, young man.
Wasn't me either. And he's coming to us live from a jail cell on the ocean after making inappropriate comments about Donald Duck's wife on a Disney cruise. It's Craig Lowe.
Why am I always in jail? Always. I seem to be making a world tour of the prison system.
It's called a brig on a ship.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That'd be the issue. I thought the inappropriate comments about Donald Duck's wife would be, because I can't remember her name.
Daisy
Duck.
Yeah, that's not what
Did you know that the actors, well, Craig probably does, but the actors who did the voices of Mickey and Minnie were also married?
Yeah.
Were they also called Mickey and Minnie?
No, sadly.
The second lot, anyway, because the first one was obviously Walt.
Yeah, well, yeah, he married no man.
Yeah.
He's just frozen in ice.
His head is, anyway. Yeah.
Yes.
If you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark of Greatness, you can follow the show on Twitter at Hallmark of Great, Instagram at Hallmark of Greatness, or if you'd like to keep in touch with their recommendations or thoughts or anything you think we may have missed, you can email the show at hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com. Search for us on Facebook. Joe's got a Twitch. How was your summer holiday?
I've got a Twitch and I've got the doctors to get that killed. It's fine, mate. I've done no.
Yeah. Blissfully not watching any romantic comedies.
Yeah. But now we've got to do another 11 months of it before we get another break. And we've got Christmas in then as well, which is like double duty.
That's fine.
If it comes to it and we get bored, we can just release that lost episode.
I ain't got it anymore, mate. I think I deleted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we watched that film for nothing.
I know, and it was stinky and all, weren't it?
I know, yeah, it really was. Looks like this one. Pitching for Love. Seamless transition there.
Pitching for Love, or as it's otherwise known, Bramptons Own.
Yes, this is a first for us, really, but it's taken a while. This is our first experience with a repackage, aka a drama that didn't do particularly well, and then a streamer's picked it up, slapped a romantic-looking poster on it, and changed the name in the hopes that fools like us will watch it.
Well, fools like Anthony, because he picked this because
it looked like it was going to be sports. It
had soft boy rounders in it, yeah.
Yeah, it was neither sports nor romantic. There was nothing redeemable about this film.
I don't understand any of this film.
Not really drama either. It was.
There was bits. There was just no stakes in it whatsoever. It was the bizarrest film that I've ever watched. Where I've just gone,
also,
and it ended, and I went, huh?
There's no conclusion. There's no conclusion like normal.
I tried to look up, like, is there a... I watched all the credits and everything, there was like a Marvel-style ending to it. Yeah, nope. It just started playing episodes of The Office.
It tried to have a smarty smart ending. It tried to have one of those blink and you miss it, Inception.
Sopranos
Inception style ending where he sat there and somebody just about to put a hand on his shoulder and then cut to black.
Oh, right.
Has he made it? Has he not?
We didn't get the girl, which is not what normally happens, and... No, he was garbage.
He didn't deserve to get the girl. He
learned nothing. He didn't change anything about himself.
Yeah, nobody learned anything in this film other than that sugar-free ice cream isn't good, apparently.
Oh,
he was never getting called up, I'm afraid.
No.
You can 12 years, take the hit, though. Yeah. That's what I have questions about that, don't worry.
Right. I can try and help.
Right, so based off the title of Pitching for Love, I went in a more camping role because I thought it'd be about tents and stuff. So, Pitching for Love. Helen Bivouac runs an elite glamping agency called Helen's Huts on her family's sacred land with her shitty boyfriend, Kenneth Towerblock, who secretly wants to sell the land to build factories that make bastard machines and all that sort of stuff. While having a flounce off into the woods after a moody argument, Helen meets Chip Beavertooth, who has been living like a mad bastard in the woods for years after losing all his money in a reverse funnel marketing scheme. Together, they team up to take down Kenneth and protect the land that they love, but not as much as they grow to love each other, even though Chip stinks. Coming this summer. I thought it'd be about tents, mate. So I looked at the poster and I was like, oh, baseball.
Craig, anything from the poster? I don't know what the poster was, to be honest.
Looking at the poster, I presumed this was going to be a 90s style sports romantic film in the vein of The Cutting Edge and Strictly Ballroom, something like that, where we get a professional that trains a non-professional and we fall in love, yada, yada, yada. But the poster was literally a blink and you miss it scene about the 2/3 of the way through the film.
Yeah, it was nothing.
No.
The actual synopsis. Pitching for love. When a struggling minor league baseball player retires and returns to his small hometown, he finds himself carefully dodging old wounds until he's confronted with the one that hurt the most, the girl that got away. That's it.
Yeah. They're coy with that description, aren't they? They're especially coy about the language that's thrown out in this film.
Hey, it was a 13 plus.
That nearly knocked me off my goddamn chair.
Yeah, it
is a 13 plus, and I was like, as soon as we saw a lady in her pants and she said sex, I was like, this ain't no Hallmark film. I've been diddled here.
I think it was when we were getting the sexual innuendos with a 9-year-old that I started to worry.
Deeply uncomfortable meal. Yeah. Let's get into it then. Bramptons Own / Pitching for Love. Bramptons Own sounds like an old-fashioned sort of like medicine cure-all sort of
I was going to say something like that. Also like a homemade mayonnaise or something.
also, the Pitching for Love title must be the newest thing on the planet, because if you search for that, you get a religious film that's similarly named.
Oh, it's called Pitching for Love and Faith or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
and I kind of want to watch that.
I want to watch that more than this one.
That's a bunch of vicars playing baseball. I mean,
it's like angels in the outfield, but with actual angels and shit. I mean, yeah, fucking hell. All right, let's get through this.
Well, it starts with batting cage, and I got excited because it's sports.
Yeah, I've never often wondered how those machines work, and now I fully know because they showed me twice.
the same scene.
The same.
In fact, it might. The exact same footage played twice.
Yeah, sure but it's good. I like them sort of things. I always thought it was done with like compressed air, but no, it's like a mechanical arm, isn't it? That yeets it at you.
Yeah.
There's lots of variations.
No, but I've assumed those ones because they're like the easiest ones to maintain, aren't they?
Possibly. You can get the ones that are like two big spinning.
Oh yeah, like flywheels.
Yeah.
Again, just interesting. Yeah, we meet our hero.
No, not even in any other film would be the villain of this entire piece.
Let's just say
antagonist.
Yeah.
Let's say man in film.
Yeah. Man on poster.
Dustin Kimmel, who is hitting balls into the camera, which I thought was pretty well done. I
thought it was quite impressive. I was like, are they using CG for some of these ball effects? Is he just swinging at nothing and they're actually CG in the balls flying at the camera? I was like, this might be promising.
The cinematography in this was pretty good.
Fine, yeah. Compared to what we've seen with various Hallmark or wherever, some of it's like, Jesus, what happened there?
Yeah.
This one, I didn't notice, therefore I assume it was...
It had some interesting style choices. There was one point where he was on the phone where I thought I was going to be sick.
Shaky, yeah.
It was like watching Cloverfield. My God.
And also the very strange bit where he went into that hotel room and it just turned into like a cribs. He's hitting balls in the batting cage. That's the word, isn't it? Yeah. And he's hitting them, and the camera pans in close, and he swings, and also like 3 production companies involved, so you know it's going to be bad when there's that many production hands that has touched this. And it cuts to the title, Pitching for Love. They've crossed out Bramptons Own in biro, and written Pitching for Love over it, styro. People still do styro? Anyway. And then he's on a still true if rubbed off, mate.
Okay.
So he used to write like Anthony likes Alan Styro, and then if you rubbed it off, it was still true. On your pencil case and that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Showing my age.
Pencil
On your slate. Yeah. And then he's on the team bus.
Team bus.
Talking about the finer points of Instagram.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I assume Instagram or Twitter. I wasn't sure,
He
but
said Instagram, but the guy he's talking to, also a fellow minor league player, he said 43,000 followers.
Yep.
Yeah.
No minor league player has that many followers.
No.
I don't know. 'Cause
Nobody's.
he was getting mad fanny though, weren't he? So like,
Yeah.
maybe he's just like a hound dog, and there are all these conquests, all of them.
All of them, all 43,000. It's going to fall off eventually.
Worn it down to a nub. This is what summer's done to me. Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, I've got Twitter followers and stuff as well. It doesn't matter. And we find out that he's been doing this for 12 years.
12 years. He'll have been drafted when he was 18, and he's just about to turn 30.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Is like, when can you turn pro in baseball in America? Is it 18?
You get
Rookies.
drafted either out of high school, which is what, 16?
18 in America,
17.
isn't it?
18, yeah, it's 18 in America, isn't it? High school.
Sorry, 18. Or you can get drafted after college or when you're in college.
Yeah.
Right,
Or
okay.
early 20s.
So
yeah,
he's hitting 30, isn't it?
They say he's about to turn 30. I think
Yeah.
he had his 30th birthday in the
Yeah, and he came straight out of high school. He got drafted straight out of high school. It's mentioned many times he didn't go to college.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that they keep referencing September the 1st, which is the day this is recorded on. So that's fun, isn't it? That's a nice bit of serendipity. And he's just going on, and he's like, "Oh well, I should get called up this time because now is my time."
But the other guys, the guy he's talking to is a lot younger. It looks like, so he probably hasn't been there that as long. Typically, if you're good, you get called up within 4 years, 5 years.
That's what I thought. It's like, after 12 years, pack it in, mate, because it's not right for you, is it?
I would imagine after 8 or 9, you'd be looking at a coaching job with the club sort of angling for that.
Because I'm sure they didn't think of it, because of his position as catcher, they tend to keep them on because they're needed in and around the lower minor leagues to help the pitcher.
Right.
Yeah,
but they didn't think of it. This is a daft film that didn't even need to be baseball, so I'm sure they didn't think about that.
Yeah. He can't hit for shit though.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but he's good at catching. He said, didn't he? When he goes,
he's good at the catching, but he can't hit for toffee. So why bother?
Yeah.
That's like 50% of your job in baseball, isn't it? Is catching, and the other half's hitting it.
It's either throwing or hitting.
Yeah, or catching. 3 things.
He's got the baseball game nailed.
I mean, I've seen enough rounders, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not allowed to go to the park and watch it anymore, but yeah. What? I like watching pub rounders because it's like the equivalent of pub football on a Sunday league. Like,
it's just awful.
And it's just the women from the pub puffing and panting their way around the field. It's great. And then he arrives to his shitty flat apartment, gets leathered, and has sex with a random woman.
He does.
Not so random, because we hear that
6 months.
This is his 6-month booty call that was fun for 3 months, and the last 3 months has been fairly sad. But continue to do it
because he keeps going off on the road, so she never sees him or something like that. Was it?
I don't think he pretends to be asleep.
Yeah, just to be asleep while down in a load of pain meds as well because he's fucked his knees up.
Yeah, in a plot line that will never
see the light of day.
Be resolved.
When he said that, I thought, all right, so he's going to get called up to the big leagues here, and then his knees are going to go, and he's never going to see it again. But no. I wrote a film in my head much better than this.
I think we all did, to be honest.
Yeah.
She puts her pants on and he's like, this isn't fun for me anymore. Bye. And he goes in the next day.
He sees coach. He has a
goes in for
one-on-one.
it's the people that are getting moved up.
No, but before that, he has a.
He's got a side gig.
It never comes back to this, but he's got like a side gig of coaching.
Oh, he has a side hustle as a coach, doesn't he? Yeah, he does that.
And then teaches some 8-year-old, and the
woman
goes, "Oh well, we'll see you next spring because you ain't getting called up for shit, mate."
I'm going to teach your child not to hit a ball good like what I do. Oh no, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, that was never, apart from him kind of teaching his new stepbrother kind of thing. It never gets.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be. Oh, he's going to take up a coaching role in his new hometown. No.
Nope. Nope. None of it ever comes to fruition.
No.
And then they have the draft day, I believe it is.
Nope.
Damn it!
It's just
a waft day where they just hit each other with bits of paper.
No,
it's where they find out whether they're getting pulled up to the major leagues.
Around that time, the major league team can call up an extra. Well, they're saying an extra 6 players to help with the rest of the season, and that's who they're deciding will get called up, and he's not one of the 6.
But the coach says, "Yeah, you're a far better taker than you are a giver."
That's exactly. Those are the words. That's what you do.
I don't know. At this point, I'd already sort of dozed off.
Not only that, I'm going to further embarrass you by dragging you into the office and make all the rest of your teammates think that you've got success, and then make you walk out in shame when you haven't. So, bully for you, son. Well done.
I was surprised the camera didn't pan around and you just see that nun from Game of Thrones saying shame. Ding, ding, ding.
Back off, you spooky bitch. He walks out and everyone's like, "Yay!" And then he's like, "No,
no."
So
I'm going to go and have a cry in my locker.
Thing. Yeah, as a cry in his little cubicle, goes home, phones his mum while he's got ice packs on his knees, which again never pays off. And she's like, "Oh, come home.
Yeah, come home and live with me. Come home and live with me forever."
Because the ex-girl goes, "How are your knees?"
Oh, yeah.
Of course. All that build-up for nothing.
Now, so he goes home for no reason.
He goes home on the invite of he can stay there, just to be told that he's going to be yeeted out in 2 weeks because my mum sold the house.
Because when he goes home, he turns into like a 16-year-old kid.
He gets very petulant,
Yeah.
But if I'm invited home with my family to visit, to come and live with my family after my career has disintegrated around me, and the second I get there, they go, "By the way, 2 weeks, you're on your ass. What are you going to do? You've handed in your notice on your own flat, so you're on the street, mate. We're moving into a 2-bedroom. You've got another kid moving in. You can't sleep there, you dirty bastard."
Your sister hates you, so she's not going to help you at all.
Yeah,
basically. And she really hates him.
And by the way, I'm dating somebody else, possibly the most famous actor in this film, in what I'm presuming is a blackmailed role.
Yeah, because he doesn't say anything. I don't think, does he?
No. It's John Getz, the actor's called. He was like a big 80s actor, most famously known for Jeff Goldblum vomiting and melting his hand in The Fly.
Yes.
Never seen it. Oh, we're back.
Yeah, no, it's like Bend It Like Beckham, but with testicles in a jar.
Yeah. Oh, and a really, really gross sex scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I was like Beckham. I was sat there staring at the screen. I was staring at the screen going, "That can't be John Getz. That cannot be John Getz." And as soon as I realised it was, I was like, "Well, he's going to have a big part in this film." Never seen again after this scene.
You see him playing like Buckaroo or something later on, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes home. They have a meal.
When he does go back home, they don't actually mention that he's quit or retired for quite a while. He's just gone home.
No. Well, I think it's sort of. There's no point in him hanging about playing AAA, is there?
No, look at you, the AAA. No.
Well, I genuinely thought.
Surely he's getting a livable wage.
Well, he's got a shitty apartment.
Not necessarily.
So he's working for now. Then
this is what I was going to say. Is AAA enough to live off, or is it like
I'm not sure on the wage, teams? But from my understanding of it is you only get paid whilst the season's on in the lower leagues, in the minor leagues.
Does baseball run for a long time?
Not in the minor leagues. It stops at around September. So
that would have been information now, isn't it?
You
get paid okay in the AAA, I think, but not.
You spread it out a bit, you'll be fine.
Yeah, save for a rainy day, innit? Stop spending it all on ice packs and whores.
Or at least choose one of the two.
What, kill them, and then they're cold, and then you can rest on your knees on them. That's fun.
Oh, twofer.
Yeah, no. I'll cut that.
No chance.
Yeah, so they sit down and have a meal. He's eating pizza while she's made like steak and salad, big salad. Hey!
Just before this, though, on their way back from, I'm guessing, the airport, his mum starts asking him about his friends that he's not spoke to for 10 years now, and his ex-girlfriend, who he's also not spoke to for years. Kind of just, you already know leading on that he's going to have no one to talk to when he's over here.
Yeah.
Because they've all moved on with their lives.
In his defense, he's been away from this town for 12 years.
Busy.
He's been living in the big city. Yeah. He will have friends back where he was. He's not. I don't know people from 12 years ago from fucking school. Why would he?
I choose not to know people from 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Hey, we're nearly reaching the borderline then with Anthony now. It's only a few more years and he'll cut us out of his life.
A few more years. Months.
Yeah. I know where you live. It's fine. That apartment with all the dirt outside.
With all the ladders just stacked up, unused.
Yeah.
All different sizes. Like a one-man TLC match.
And none of them big enough still.
No. Yeah, so we sit down and have this meal. His sister's being a bitch to him. Don't know why. Is it because he never came home or never phoned or what? I don't.
No, this character is just written as bitch. She has no redeeming qualities, and any possible chance she gets, she's putting him down.
Yeah.
Oh, massively so.
Because she's like, she used to eat red meat.
Yeah.
I used to eat tinned meatballs, mate. But I grew up.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Campbell's meatballs in a tin. Ugh. Smells like dog food, mate. It's gross. Used to love them as a kid. Yeah. Yeah. Tinned new potatoes. Gross. A lot of tinned stuff. We were poor. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to go and phone up my friends and we're going to go out and party. And then he phones them all up and they're all like, nah, mate, I've got kids. Yeah.
I love them. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
But apparently he was this town's biggest thing because there's news clippings of him everywhere he goes.
Every single place of business all has the same news article framed and on the wall.
So he's like, well, screw you guys.
Is this a real place or not?
Brampton?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If they did have anyone.
It sounds like it possibly could be.
That's because you've had the Bramptons Own mustard.
If I hadn't done the research into it and didn't know better, this whiffs of autobiographical story.
Okay, I'll put Brampton, USA, because there's two in Britain.
There's one in Michigan.
Ontario.
That's the Kansas.
I got Michigan as a.
I assume there's a few. I think it's a fairly commonish. If there's two in Britain, there must be at least four in America.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he fucking just decided to go to a bar on his own and get hammered.
As you do.
Was he on his own?
Well, he goes on his own, then he meets that jerk off who's basically.
The guy who was texting him the whole time.
He's like Al Bundy from Married with Children, isn't he? He's just reliving his high school. I could have won if I hadn't blown my knee out. I could have been in the NFL and stuff.
This is also the character that just starts dropping F-bombs like they're going out of fashion.
Yeah.
And
who is an actor, but I couldn't work out who he was.
No.
He's like a
were they supposed to be the same
Vince
age?
Vaughn. What?
Yes.
Were they supposed to? Because he looks a lot older.
They all do. He doesn't look 30.
Well, I think it was supposed to be since he left high school, he's just been a barfly. So that's officially aged him, sort of thing.
Haggard now,
yeah.
Fair enough.
He's still wearing his Letterman jacket as well, which is 12 years, man. That must stink. It must stink worse than Chip Beavertooth.
Like a callback to your own.
I'm sorry. I was going to call him Chip Beavers, but I thought that's a bit too rude. Yeah.
You said it now.
And he sees this thing behind there. He goes, "Oh, can I have a look at that?" Smashes it and walks off. I'd be like, right, what was that about?
Right.
Yeah. And the guy in the Letterman jacket.
If you've got that news article on the wall, surely as soon as you walk in the bar, it's like, it's you from the thing that I've got on the wall there that's been there obviously 12 years.
Would you like a free drink on the house? How's it going? Why are you back in town?
Yeah. Talk to me about it.
Because he's such an unlikable bastard that nobody wants to talk to him.
It's just miserable.
Or is it because when he left, he was like,
fuck
you, Brampton, I'm off. Yeah. We all did hand gestures of various kinds. Yeah, I don't understand why he was so angry.
It seems like a good few of them like are really proud of him because he is the one thing to come out of Brampton, and he's just a miserable bastard, even though he spent 12 years doing something that he loves. Fair enough, he didn't get to the Major League, but...
You say that, but they think better of the dentist than they do of this guy. So...
At least
the way that they talk about this goddamn dentist, my God, I'm surprised. Is he going down on these people at the same time as he's doing the root canals? Because good Lord.
I mean, maybe they didn't have a dentist in Brampton before then, and he's like a Lord.
Well, she said the other one was 10 miles away.
That's not
10 miles.
That far
I think that's about as far as my dentist is.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Yeah,
everyone drives in America, isn't it? Everything's dead far apart. It's like Cornwall.
I'm not going 10 miles down the road. I'm sorry, you're not going to drive for 10 minutes to go and get to another dentist.
Anyway, yeah. He goes to see his high school girlfriend.
High school girlfriend. Now, this confused me a lot because they kept saying high school girlfriend, but it turns out that they only split up 3 years ago.
4, I think.
Was it 4?
Yeah, they only split up. Yeah. She stuck around supporting him, and he just was himself being
he was
all and ignoring her.
Constantly on the brink of getting called up. It says, chasing this dream of being major leagues.
Right.
And she wanted to settle down and start a family, and he was constantly going back and forth, kind of
on
thing.
the road again. Right.
Yeah.
He was never getting called up. He was the fucking Rudy of this team.
H2O. Yeah. And so they go and have ice cream. He's angry that the ice cream shop is now organic or something. And I'm like, mate, times change, you know. Yeah. You used to think the world was flat. Some people still do. But
be surprised it's still an independent ice cream shop. It could be anything else. It could be.
Over 100 years of service, there was a neon sign in the background.
Was that?
Yeah.
Christ.
I didn't think ice cream had existed for that long. Yeah.
Iced creams? Anyone?
Mashed potato?
Well, that's cursing if it's been around for that long.
Hey!
Hi, Kirsten.
Listen. Then he goes to try and... He goes to try and get a job with working for his sister. And yet
his sister's like, no, you have no skills.
No, this man who fetches the coffee is more knowledgeable than you. Away, peasants.
Well, what was she expecting when she asked them questions? Why would he know this stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I guess that ROI is rate of income.
Return on investment.
Again, could mean either, though. Yeah. Both good answers. Not Roy over India or whatever it was he said. Knob.
But still, why is she expecting him to suddenly... You hire him, and then you say, right, we'll teach her.
Yeah, you never hire family, mate. Everyone knows that.
Okay.
We watched enough Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares and stuff to know that family-run things are never a good idea. Yeah. So he's like, all right, then, fuck you. I'll go elsewhere.
And goes nowhere else.
He goes to the batting cage.
He goes to the batting cage. He meets that ginger kid.
See, it was at this point of the film I was expecting him to become like a baseball coach for the local high school.
Well, when he started teaching his little stepbrother,
Mike, you got this, but
I did.
Yeah.
No, still nothing.
No, still no sign of a plot. No sign of a cohesive storyline.
All he does is yell at him for having weak wrists, and then shows him how to get hit by a ball. And I'm like, that's not a coach. Yeah. So he's like, you're swinging into it, or I couldn't give a shit what he said, to be honest.
It was a pointless scene, apart from them.
You're not hitting it, just hit it.
Yeah, do a hit better. That's what he should have said. That's what I'd have done.
Hit the ball with the bat. No, you're not doing it. You should be hitting the ball
when I used to play badminton, and there was a sign for a badminton coach, and it said, just be better. And I was like, that's great, mate. Thanks. No signs of how to do it or anything. Just be better at it, isn't it?
Just a proto get good.
Solid advice.
Solid advice from Barry Badminton
there. So he's connecting with his new stepbrother.
Who we shall call Ginger McFreckles.
Yeah. What Freckles?
And again, here again, I thought, well, maybe here is the story.
The kid's gonna
Here is
teach
the
him to be a
overarching
nice
story of this.
person,
Well, because
and he's gonna teach the kid to get mad fanny.
the kid, well, the kid was also he was saying how they've all just moved in or whatever, and he's got no real friends at the minute. So I thought, all right, he's gonna start a baseball
cool.
team
He's gonna teach him a
or whatever
sexy
it may be.
dance.
Yeah.
No,
Gonna tell him to. He's gonna teach him to tell girls to. He's gonna eat them like a watermelon. In the most vulgar scene of the entire film.
What?
About 9?
I would say he was about 12, by my guess.
It worked. That's what he said.
But that makes me think that she's like an undercover officer. Okay, Ginger McWhiskers or whatever he's called, Ginger McFreckles, just take a seat. I'm a child as well. It's not weird. It is kind of weird.
just point out to me who told you to say this.
All
right, he's under arrest.
Blink once if you're being held under your own.
Around that, he went back to his house, and his mum's been in all this stuff or all this stuff.
Yeah,
because she's selling the house.
She's selling the house, so she's having to clear out, and he's like, "Mum, this is my special bat that I had in high school." And she's like, "Right, well, you can take like 3 or 4 things that you want to keep." But we're not keeping all these jars of hair and urine.
Essentially, we played with them toys already. Move on to the next toys. You want to get them out and put them back again?
This is the thing I have all the time. It's like, if it was that important a memento for you, it would be on display.
Yeah, kept it.
It's been sat in your mum's garage for 12 years.
It's probably full of woodworm or something. And he's like, oh, this ball was the one that Saucy Pete hit as a foul or whatever he was called.
Big Pappy, David Ortiz played for Boston Red Sox.
Ortiz is the wrestler anyway. Yeah. And he's like, oh, this glove was the one that Dad got me. And he's like, if it was that important to you, it wouldn't be in a bin bag in the garage.
It was a foul ball anyway. No one gives crap about them.
Yeah, you get to keep them though, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, a foul ball, it's not like a home run where it counted to the score or helped them win. Foul ball is just one that goes behind.
Ball, isn't it? And it's off old Pappy or whatever he was called. Big Popper.
Still.
Big Popper.
Not enough to get worried about.
Yeah, I know, but he was there with his dad and it's memories. But again, it's this thing of, they're in your garage. If they were that important, you would have them in one of them little glass display case things, wouldn't you, on your mantelpiece? You're just being a child.
Which he was for a lot of this.
Which he was, which is proved 30 seconds later, where he's literally sat on the floor of his room with his bin bags in front of him going, I'm staying here until she feels bad. Yeah.
I shall scream and scream until I make myself sick. Yeah. I hated it. I hated this so much.
Well, do you want to pause there for a second and play the game?
Oh, okay.
We've got a game.
I haven't got a jingle for that, but okay.
Well, there was no sports, and it annoyed me, so I did sports. This has been stolen from many things. But whilst at work, we were discussing about baseball team names and how daft some of them are.
Because there's all the major league ones that everyone knows, like the Boston Red Sox and
all the affiliates, AAA, AA, have all got some daft names. So essentially, you've got to guess if these are real or not, because I've made up some.
Yay!
All right, common consensus.
7 each. You've got 7 each. We'll go with Joe first.
All right, tidy.
The Aberdeen Ironbirds.
I'm going to say true. I'm going to say home. I'm going to say home run or foul ball. Right?
Okay.
Home run for true.
Home run is correct. They are the.
What is an Ironbird?
The higher from Baltimore Orioles. Craig.
Yes.
Bowling Green Hot Rods.
Foul ball.
Incorrect. That is a real name.
Wasn't there quite famously a Bowling Green massacre that was a made-up thing that someone fed to a congresswoman or something? Never mind. Right. Yeah. I'm 1-0 up, lads. I'm doing right. I'll keep score.
Oh, I should have done 9 because like 9 innings, but never mind. Joe, the Winnipeg Loonies.
Foul ball.
Foul ball is correct. I read that.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
I think a loony is a coin in Canada.
Loony is the thing that's buried under the centre spot in the ice. I think
it's also a coin in.
I thought it was like a silver dollar or something.
Might be. I think it's what they actually freeze into the ice under the centre spot.
I'm learning.
Craig.
Yes.
Akron Rubber Ducks.
Home run.
Home run.
Yes, in. One for Craig there.
For Cleveland Indians. Joe, Toledo Mud Hens.
Get a lot of bird ones. Would you want to be called a mud hen?
What's a mud hen? Anyway.
They have got a lot of weird animals. I'm going to say home run.
It is, Joe. You're on fire. It's Detroit Tigers AAA team. Craig? I don't know.
I'm going to look it
Little Rock Woodpeckers.
up.
Foul ball.
Foul ball, I made that up. I typed in US city and a US animal.
Oh, it's a coot. A mud
Oh,
hen.
it's a mud hen. Okay. Joe? Wait, Craig got that right, didn't you, Craig?
I got that right.
I did.
It's 3-2
3-2.
so far.
Joe, Boise Armadillos.
I'm going to say foul ball because Boise is Marlene.
Boise's also a place. I think it's northwest.
Oh, all right. Okay, I didn't know that.
But yeah, I made that up.
Oh, yes, boy.
I know. Craig?
Yes.
Quad Cities River Bandits.
Home run.
Home run. Kansas City Royals. IA team. Joe?
Yes.
The Santa Fe Desert Weasels.
River Pirates, Desert Weasels.
Santa
Home
Fe,
run.
New Mexico. Incorrect. I made that one up.
Ah, piss.
Craig, the Richmond Flying Squirrels.
Home run.
Home run is correct.
Oh,
San
man, it's
Francisco
tied at
Giants
4 apiece.
Double A team. You've got 2 left each.
Never been so tense.
Joe, the Wichita Wind Surge.
It's got to be a home run.
Yeah, it's a home run. So it's the Minnesota Twins Double A team. Craig, the Ottawa Beavers.
The Ottawa Beavers. Home run.
Incorrect. I made that one up.
Don't live on Beaver Island. I don't want to go and see the wind surge.
Joe, the Oak Ridge Pencil Toppers.
Shut up. Foul ball.
Foul ball. Oak Ridge is the place I lived in briefly.
Craig, if you get
North
this right, it's
Carolina.
a draw.
Craig, the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Oh, God. I'm going to say home run.
It's home run.
Oh, man. That was fun. It was tied.
The Angels Double A team.
That was a fun game, but there's no clear winner, so
I
game
should have
nothing.
thought a tie.
Anthony,
Yeah.
what is our hometown's baseball team called?
It's no longer here, but it was called the Bolton Robots of Doom, I believe.
It is correct.
Yeah.
What? The Robots of June?
Doom.
Shut up.
Seriously.
That was Bolton's baseball team up until a few years.
Who named them? The people that named Boaty McBoatface?
Yes, it was an internet vote.
Ah,
Was it really?
Yeah, they were named by the internet.
They were around before I got into baseball.
Mm.
I had a friend who did play and asked me
narrowly
to play
avoided to be called Bolton Hitler did nothing wrong. Yeah.
I think it has moved now.
Like all the baseball teams around here, I think they're all based like fucking 50 miles away.
Yeah, I did go to the one in Manchester, and like their games are in and around like Yorkshire, Liverpool, Newcastle,
Yeah.
I think, and
Fucking miles away.
else. It's
I didn't realise there was that many teams, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a couple of leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was that popular
Anyway.
amongst normal people.
Yes, it is. That was a tie. Well done.
Yeah, I know. I feel like you should
Yay.
have had a tie break for just this situation, but okay, never mind.
Yeah,
It's fine.
you know.
I'll just take half the cake.
Fine. When we come to more baseball, when we come to more sports things, I'll do it again.
I'm never doing another sports fucking film again.
This wasn't a sports film, so we have to do at
No.
least one.
So yeah,
Back to the film.
he's sitting like a petulant child, and then
He
yeah,
is. Then that Rachel, his ex, she texts him out of nowhere, telling him to meet up somewhere far away because she can't be seen with him in the small town of Brampton.
Why? I don't know. It
No.
makes no sense.
It kind
people
of
will
does
talk,
because
gossip.
yeah,
She's supposed to be getting married to the dentist, Prentice the dentist.
She met him far away to tell him that she's getting engaged. So essentially, don't try anything on with me, kid.
Also, we have phones. This can be communicated with not being in person.
Yeah.
Traceable, innit?
If my ex showed up in town and then I got engaged, I wouldn't be going, I better go out for a meal with my ex and just tell him I'm engaged. I just would
She
stop
still
talking.
loved him. Yeah,
Did
no,
she
yeah.
though? Did she though?
For a couple of days at least, yeah.
I'm unconvinced.
Yeah.
So they go and have food in a diner.
Yep.
And he's basically a twat to her.
As he always is.
Yep.
It's just
Character growth,
isn't it? Yeah.
It's not, because she just goes, you know what? You're a jerk. Gets up to leave. And then he chases her down and grabs her in the street. I'm like, that's not... You don't grab women. Don't grab anyone.
No. This is a film, Joel. You always get grabbed to turn around and stuff. And
yeah, well,
instead of saying, hey, Rachel, she'll turn around at that.
Yeah. But, oi, zombie. Yeah. As soon as he grabs her, though, she's like, sploosh, let's go to bed. Yeah.
Not yet.
Come on.
Not yet. No, not yet. This is where she tells him why
we've not even met the world's greatest dentist yet.
No. This is where she tells him why she broke up with him, because he kept chasing the game and thinking he apologised. And then we get some angry batting caging, because he goes to the batting cages all angry. And
lest we forget that he's a baseball player.
No. He gets angry at the kid.
Yeah, having weak wrists and stuff.
Angry. He sort of just takes the bat off him, swings a few times, and goes, "There you go."
That's how you do it.
Again, temper tantrum.
He gets all, do this. No, you're not doing it right. Do this.
Hit it with the bat.
Yeah. Do a better good hit.
Calm down, Dustin.
Yeah.
Why is he taking advice from you? You're not the hitter.
Yeah. You're the receiver. You're the taker.
Then he goes and gets more ice cream with the kid. He spends a lot of time with his kid.
Yeah, I wouldn't let him near my kid.
Again, a better film in there somewhere of this like relationship between step siblings.
Yeah, him teaching him to be cool and have friends, and him teaching him not to be such a massive douche canoe. Yeah.
Like I say, there are about 5 different films that are sort of in the chrysalis side,
but they never pull the trigger on any of them. Yeah,
they just slapped all of them together, going, "This'll do."
And he's like, "This is proper ice cream. It's got sugar and fat in it." And I'm like, "Aren't you a sports guy? Surely you should be watching your finger." And then again, it's only baseball. You only have to run a bit, don't you? And you get to have a stop.
Yeah.
I'm only doing this because Anthony really loves baseball and it's winding him up.
You're right.
No, but you've still got to run and throw and chase the ball and do a catch and stuff, haven't you? It's hard. I couldn't do it. Weak girly wrists, though.
We finally meet Eddie. Sorry, not Teddy.
Yeah, he bumps into him and he's like, "Oh, come to my engagement."
He's at the bar with
the
Gavin
one and only
again.
bar. Yeah.
And Eddie walks in and Gavin introduces him as his dentist.
Dentist.
As you do.
Because he's the dentist to everyone.
Dentist
to everyone. Yeah, and then he invites him to the engagement party. Now, I'm not married, but did you two have engagement parties and invite exes along?
No, I didn't even have an engagement party. I'm all right, thanks.
No, we didn't either.
If you had one, would you have invited relatively recent exes along?
No.
Okay.
No. I invited my very, long time ago girlfriend to my wedding, but that's because she'd met Harvey and was quite a normal person. Yeah.
This feels
she didn't show up anyway.
This quiz feels like quite a
4 years is not enough time.
Yeah.
Well, iZombie says you should get out. You shouldn't be here. Yeah.
Well, given that they were together for seemingly about 10 years, if they're high school sweethearts till he turned 26.
Oh yeah, so we'll say we don't know how long it actually. We'll say 10 years. Yeah, it's quite a long time, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. To then be like, hey, no, I'm cool with you marrying Crentist. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, before he goes to this engagement party, he turns into a teenager again, just screaming for his mum. Yeah. But she does respond.
You're a grown-up. Do your laundry.
You know what your suit is. Buy your own suit, you dick.
Pop to Walmart and go and buy a suit. I'm sure that there's a supermarket nearby that will sell you a decently priced suit.
It just bugged me that.
Yeah.
A lot of it did, but Mom, where's my suit? Sod off, you stupid. You're 30 years old.
Turning into Kevin the teenager.
Yeah, he goes to this thing. She's like, fuck off, you shouldn't be here. He's like, no, it's cool. Yeah. I wouldn't go. On point of principle, I'd be like, nah, I won't go because it's weird, isn't it?
But he was trying to win her back. He's trying to be.
He says, no, something that someone says politely, isn't it? Like someone goes, "Oh yeah, we should hang out sometime." You never actually go, "Yeah, let's make a date now." You just go, "Yeah, we should,"
No.
and then never speak to them again. It's just a polite way, adult way of doing things, isn't it? Right? But no, him being such a petulant teenager, he's like, "I'm going to go and I'm going to make a scene."
Yeah, that's what it was. It was bizarre, wasn't it? It's bizarre.
I hated him.
Well, but when the engagement gets announced to everyone, because that's what something people do, I guess, in front of everyone, he gets uncomfortable and leaves.
Good.
But then gets a text message not long after from Rachel to say, "Come meet me at somewhere." I didn't read where it was, to be honest.
It ended up being at the bleachers, didn't it? It ended up being at the baseball field bleachers.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford to be actually at a game again. It was just after everyone's gone home.
No.
But the lights are still on.
Yeah.
We've spent all our money on helicopter shots of stadiums. We can't afford an actual stadium.
That's why there's so many things in that batting cage that we've paid for a full day of filming. We're using all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, I don't love Crentist. I like you because you yell at your mum about suits. Let's go back to your house and fuck like knives." And he's like, "Sweet. My plan of being a massive asshole has worked."
Paid off, yeah.
Don't forget the very quick scene that is the poster of dancing in the middle of the field.
I was going to say the blink and you miss it with slow dancing in the
Let's
centre
do a
of
dancing
baseball
to
field.
that would have been good. I'd have liked that. Yeah. While people threw pretzels at them.
I was going to say that you got the
Call them whitey whackers.
Yeah, I was going to say you got the mascot just dancing around behind them.
Yeah, but no, it's just a slow dance to no music, which is just weird and creepy. Yeah, they go back to her house.
That was something that didn't get brought up again. Early on, when he first goes to see her, when he comes home, he mentions the fact that she's listened to a song and it's her song that she wrote, and she's a bit of a singer.
This is like the missing plot where it's
never
hinted
brought
that
up
she's a
again.
songwriter once upon a time, but it's never actually out and out said that she was going to be a songwriter and gave it up to be an ice cream mistress.
Is that the correct terminology for someone who sells ice cream? Ice cream man, ice cream lady, I would have thought. But
Well, ice cream mistress is awesome.
Adds a layer of like debonairness to it, doesn't it?
Ooh,
But
ice cream
later on,
mistress.
I'm sure she says, "Isn't that the song your brother wrote?"
To who?
Doesn't she? Oh, maybe I dreamt that.
I don't know. It just
Like,
occurs to me that he
towards
never
the-
gets.
She takes the lid off the piano, and then I'm sure he says, "Isn't that the song your brother wrote?"
What piano? Where's the piano? Have you watched the film?
Oh, it's literally it's a flash cut between stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must have missed it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It
It never gets brought up that she's.
I'm assuming that she wanted to be like a Meredith Brooks style guitar style. No, you remember that? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like a Sheryl Crow style. Is that better?
Yeah.
Nah, I get that one. Yeah. But no, she became an ice cream mistress.
Yes, the mistress of all the frozen treats. Yeah. But again, never picked up on again.
No.
Another plot point thrown aside.
Yep. For the sake of more nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
To go back
more
sulky.
To go back to his house, we see his chest, but she's got a t-shirt on because
she's going to break up with Eddie tomorrow. Ooh.
Yeah. She's had enough of Eddie because he's a jerk.
And his money and his loving, caring ways.
Yeah. And then his mum comes in and he's like, "Oh, I've just come to wash your sheets because you've
like,
fouled them all."
"No, get out!"
Well, he's a teenage boy, so I imagine his sheets are going to be pretty crusty. Yeah.
In a scene that goes on way too long.
And your towel. I only use one towel all week. And I'm like, "Oh, mate."
This
It
scene
never
screams
fully
of improv.
dries.
Yeah. It seems like this scene
was.
It seems like it was improv, and it was like, just keep going, and we'll cut something together out of this, and they just slap the whole thing in.
Isn't his mum the Silk Spectre from the Watchmen TV series? Because I was watching it going, I know her from Summer, and then it's just dawned on me now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
she's
she
great in this. Don't know why she's in it. Could have been any mad old lady that got involved.
It's the same question we ask of every actor that's in this film. Why are you in this?
Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, that was fun." And I'm like, "Nah, that's weird, mate." Also, I don't know, fucking in your mum's house. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, anyway.
He then gets, I think this is the next day, maybe. He gets a call from he says Skip, but his manager, his coach, whatever.
Skip Marooch.
With some news. We don't tell us the news. And then he goes to meet Rachel at another diner. Again.
One bar, two diners.
This diner's raking in the cash at the minute. To tell her that he's been called up to the Major League team.
Yeah.
Because one of the guys got injured.
For a fortnight, it seems.
No, just for this series. This series is maximum probably 3 games.
The Atlanta Twirly Birds.
So it'll be 3 days. It'll have gone for 3 days.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, mate, I thought we sorted this out and you were stopping here now.
Yeah.
I've just banged you and now I've got to go and explain to Prentice what's going on." And he's like, "Laters, I'm off because I'm a child and I don't care about anyone else apart from myself."
But all he had to say is, because she said, "So you're going to go chasing it again?" If he just said, "No, I'm going to do this one. This will be my fill." Because I'm not going to get called up again. This is just because I'm clearly payday. 7th choice here. It's just because of injuries that have happened very quickly that I've been called up.
I could do this 3-day payday, and we can afford a down payment on a house based entirely on this 3 days of work. I'll see you soon, honey.
The difference is massive between getting called up and thinking.
Well, we learn that, don't we? He gets to this posh, swanky hotel, and he gives him this like dossier of like facts about the other team, like Kevin Peterson tripping him up when he runs past, stuff like that. He gives him a per diem of $100, which is the standard going rate for a per diem, it would appear, out of my 2 knowledges of them in American things. And then he's like, "Oh, and your room's upstairs." And he's like, "Who am I sharing it with?" And he's like, "Welcome to the big leagues, kid." And he goes,
"Welcome to the show."
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. That was it. And I thought, are we getting a song? Is that good? It's all in the baseball. Yeah. And he goes upstairs, and it's this nice hotel room. It is a nice hotel room.
It's a fairly nice hotel room. Yeah, I would say it's mid-range, quite nicely.
Did you say where they were playing at all? Or was he supposed to be back in Seattle?
They went to LA, I think. I think they were playing in LA.
Yeah. But then there's like a 5-minute thing of him just walking around going, "Television, window." And I was like, this is weird. I don't understand.
Then he goes to get some food.
He goes and sits at the bar and eats a fucking Caesar salad.
There's a cameo from, I assume, a player, current or ex. I'm not sure who.
I was going to say, this was the question I had for you. Is this a person?
I assume it is. Because
is it Wade Boggs?
Whenever you get a cameo,
Strawberry.
Whenever you get a cameo like this,
Matt Ingley,
for 5 seconds. Carry on, Joe. You want to do the rest of the softball?
No, I'm fine.
Whenever you get a cameo like a sports person or something, it's always for about 2 seconds in a bar, and then they bugger off. I don't know who he is. I assume he was
good,
a player.
To be fair,
he had fairly decent range. Yeah.
I assume he was a player or is a player.
I thought as much. Yeah.
But and he was like, "Oh, 12 years."
Yeah, pack it in, mate.
Why are you still going?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I did it for 4, and I thought that was too fucking long.
Yeah. And he does he then just go home or does he play?
No. The next morning he gets a phone call saying, "I'm on my way down now," and they say, "Nah, pack your things up, mate. We call up someone else instead."
Mate, you got a free dinner out of it and a posh stay in a hotel room, innit? But
$100, $300 per diem there.
Probably wouldn't happen like that because he'd be on the 40-man roster and you'd have to call someone else and drop. Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure he would still be getting paid for for coming out.
Yeah. So then he ring? No, he goes back home and he has some wise words with his mum.
Yeah,
he feels angry and out of place.
Yeah, his mum says, "Well, why are you still doing this? You fucking screw up. You should have learned this lesson fucking ages ago." And he goes, "Well, why didn't you tell me?" It's because you're a grown man.
We've literally, if you haven't learned after 12 years that you're not good at something, you know.
Anyway, get out. They're coming to collect the keys in half an hour.
Yeah. Also, we burnt all your stuff. And we dug up your dad and set fire to him on top of it as well.
He wasn't a real player, I don't think.
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter. You always assume that the wise person who comes in is going to be what's he called? Him with one ball in dodgeball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Shit, what's he called?
Cheater.
Yeah.
Lance Archer. Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Lance Archer now. Yeah.
Neil Armstrong.
Lance Cunningham.
So yeah, he gets some wise words from his mom, and he's like, "Yeah, you're a dick. Grow up, you bellend."
Goes to the bar, sits there drinking with that jerk off. Crentist comes in, pops him one.
Literally says, "I'm going to thump you now," and then thumps him, and then walks out.
I did laugh at this bit. I thought you were going to give me another warning.
No, he hit him, and then he went like, "Holy Mexico, that felt good." Or something. Yeah. It's like you've had that guy effing and jeffing all the way through the film, and because he's a dentist, he can't swear. Yeah.
No, he's a nice guy. That's why.
Okay. Is he? Is he? Because he says, I think you're meant to feel like he was just with her because it was someone to be with, because fucking what's he called?
Because Dustin
is like, how did you know she was the one? And he's like, it's not about you think you're ever going to meet the one. Yeah. It's just about being with the person who the one that you can bear to be with. Something like
you got about fighting to be with someone that you. I don't know.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, man, I understand that. Really, it's a small town, you know. She is an ice cream mistress, so
nobody's going to the dentist 10 miles down the road. Yeah. So
you've got a good synergy there. Although there's no sugar in the ice cream anymore, so no cavities.
Yeah,
she's putting
natural enemies, aren't they? Really? Yeah, like a honey badger and a regular badger.
It was never going to work. No. You did him a favor.
So he stomps off. He goes to the batting cage again because kid.
Because we've still got half an hour left on the clock. Still fitting in.
That little ginger latchkey kid who just like his dad's never looking after him. He's just always at the batting cage. He's like, I was raised by machines. Yeah, and he's like, what happened to your face? He went, what happened to your head? And I was like, this is. Yeah. And he shows him how to bat. Yeah, he shows him how to bat properly. And then he shows
again
him
for the fourth time.
Yeah, it's like if you're not got it by now, but the kid's got it now, and then he shows him how to take a hit, which I think is a thing they do, so you can get a runner on.
You're supposed to try. Yeah, if you get hit by the ball, that scenario, you get onto first. Yeah, you get walked into first place. Yeah. But they do try and get out of the way because it's kind of frowned upon to lean into it like they did.
Well, also. It's about 160 miles an hour of fucking something hard coming at you. You will hurt yourself quite badly.
Yeah, baseballs are like fairly solid, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they do launch you at a good couple
100.
Of... Yeah.
100 generally.
So that's the equivalent of like someone fucking whizzing a house brick at you, isn't it, really?
Less edges, but yeah.
Oh, but you know what I mean? It's still dense, is what I'm saying.
So don't teach the ginger kid to lean into it.
Yeah, to literally put your spine on the line, Ginge. Come on.
I did notice there was a sign in the background saying 55 miles an hour for that batting cage.
So, mate.
So I also thought it made me laugh because he was hitting the ball quite well, but it's 55 miles an hour. You were a professional baseball player. You should be hitting that quite well.
Yeah. It just reminded me of that scene.
He was no good at the hitting.
Yeah.
He was the taker, not the giver. It reminded me of that scene in Billy Madison where he just stands in the batting cage getting hit. Yeah.
But yeah, I believe it's generally frowned upon to lean into a ball just to get on bases. So
I only know that from Homer Simpson. Yeah. Most of my baseball knowledge comes from that and The League of Their Own, the Madonna film. Yeah.
Then he goes back to his house where, for some reason, his mum and Rachel, his ex, are just sat in the kitchen laughing.
Just sat having reminiscing over a brew.
And then it's just suddenly he's there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they've not sold the house; they've just sold it to new people, and then they've done a murder on them, and they're just going to keep doing that, trapping people in the house forever.
Once you get the thrill, don't you?
Apparently so. Yeah. Film. And he's like, "Okay, I don't care anymore for this film. I'd completely switched off at this point."
But this ending came pretty quickly. I was expecting a bit more. He's going to end up with this girl, but he doesn't. He talks to Rachel at this point, and
she says, "Well, maybe in another lifetime."
Yeah, he goes on about how he knows everything in baseball, but couldn't do anything outside of baseball. Then she says she was only there for closure, and that was it for them two.
Closure on the house, or
Well, yeah, who knows?
To be fair, that was it for the film. I think we literally then cut to like
the
12 months later.
Well, it was a mini montage of him back at the batting cages from the first scene again. And then, a year later, September 1st, and he gets a tap on the back to say...
Yeah, there is a ambiguous tap on the back to say, did he get called up? Didn't he? Do we even care at this point?
I hope it was Prentice with a bat.
The other thing we know is that he chose to carry on, but he still didn't get called up within that year.
They're not together, and the cycle of depression continues.
And that was Bramptons Own /
pitching
a tent for love.
Pitching a tent for love. I gave that a 3.7. Because it was a bit meh, but it had an element of sport about it.
There was good bits in it, and it just never pulled the trigger on so many plot hooks that they never had.
I mean,
I'm going to go 3.7 as well, actually, yeah.
Just talking through it, then we came up with so many different plot points.
Better ideas.
They could have just gone with, and they just chose to do none.
No, 3.1 for me. It was a complete waste of everybody's time. And the fact that we were missold a false bill of goods into this actually being a fun romantic film, which is our purview, and instead we got a really lackluster sports drama.
Yeah.
Sports is a loose term on that one as well.
Yeah.
There was a lot of time in the batting cage, mate.
Yeah.
Great facts.
Unsurprisingly, there isn't a great deal about this film, so we'll whiz through Craig facts for this week. This film was directed by Michael Doniger, who has directed nothing of note really, except for a film called Shelley, which starred Aquafina, is it?
Oh yeah,
it came out last year. That apparently got some nice indie buzz. So that's pretty much all he's done. Alex Russell starred as Dustin, leading man. He's a main cast member of the TV show SWAT.
Okay.
Is that with Angel?
No, it's the SWAT the Angel one's sort of Desert Eagle or something like that.
Is it not seals actually?
Yeah, it might be something like that. Yeah,
some kind of animal. Swans.
Yeah.
The one, like the film with Colin Farrell and Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, that's the one.
But it's not that, it's a TV, sorry.
Yeah,
it's a TV series
the film with Colin Farrell is based on the TV series from the 60s or 70s called SWAT, and this one is the reboot of that TV series that the film was based on.
I've gone cross-eyed with that.
Okay. That makes sense. I get it.
He was also one of the stars of Chronicle, the superhero film that came out
Chronicles of Narnia?
10 years ago. Not Chronicles of Narnia. It was
Bionicle, the Lego.
The Josh Trank film where it was what if Superman was a baddie sort of one.
Triple X, the Chronicles of Josh Riddick.
That was Bright Dark
That was Brightburn, but there was one earlier where it was teenagers get superpowers. One of them's an arsehole.
Mucking about in a quarry. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Now. Never go into a quarry. Bad things live in quarries, people.
He was in the Carrie remake as well.
Ooh.
For anyone who remembers the Carrie remake, no one does. It's fine. Rose McIver played Rachel, who, as had been mentioned throughout, was the star of iZombie on TV. She is more recently known for the Christmas Prince saga. She's the lead in those.
We've seen that.
Yeah.
We watched Christmas Prince. We did. Yep.
Yeah,
we've started all this.
We've not done it for the show, but we did it last Christmas in our Christmas.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
yeah, I didn't recognise her at all, but yeah.
And she was also the Yellow Ranger in Power Rangers RPM.
Which one's that?
I have no idea.
Revolution's per minute. That's where they just spin Power Rangers round.
Is that just a Rangers film, or?
No, that's one of the series.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the many hundreds of series of Power Rangers
that
go.
It's like Beyblade,
unless you're the original one, they can all get in the bin.
Oh,
yeah.
All the Power Rangers apart from the original one.
OG Rangers.
Yeah.
I think it's Dino Force. It's got an excellent theme tune.
I'm interested in theme tunes.
It's the same show.
And finally, probably the only actress that we will actually all have had some experience with, it is the sister.
I did recognise, but where from?
Who is Spencer Grammer, who is better known as Summer in Rick and Morty.
It's also Kelsey Grammer's daughter.
Kelsey Grammer's daughter. So she also appeared in an episode of Cheers in '92.
She had the same forehead, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, she is Summer in the thing,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the guy as well was the
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights.
Yes.
Eddie was Friday Night Lights.
All right, get over it.
I don't know if I mentioned it here or earlier.
But she is also a high scorer because she is also in CSI Vegas and CSI New York. So we have a two. We have a 2 out of 4.
Long time since we've had it. Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, she's in 2.
We're never going to get the whole...
We'll never get the quarter, no.
4, mate. I doubt if that's ever going to be... If we get a triple, I will shit my pants, to be honest.
Has to be a 4.
I will. One day we will find one. And because there is very little information about box office, any sort of take-ins, and because this has gone through numerous names and releases, there isn't...
Would it have the box office takings or anything? Because is it not straight to TV?
No, it was released everywhere else in the world. On IMDb, it's got brackets internet only for everywhere else in the world, which implies streaming of some sort or download over the internet, like straight to internet. But America, it had an actual release date, so I presume it probably had a small theatrical run. We always do. Well, Bramptons Own got a theatrical run. Pitching for Love certainly didn't.
All right, yeah, we'll dodge that one then, aren't we? Anything on Dove.org?
Nope, of course there isn't, because why on earth would they?
Dangled the tasty nugget of Dove.org in front of us and then snatched it away week on week.
It just never works. It never works. One day. But no, unfortunately, thus ends Craig Facts for another week.
Not a lot for this. Again, even as Brampton's Own.
So I think it was at least 2021 film, it says on Prime Video.
Yeah.
So.
Brampton was 2018, I think.
Yeah.
2018, okay.
Yeah, it originally released in 2018. And I couldn't do the traditional compliment sandwich. I've had to do like an actual compliment sandwich as opposed to a turd sandwich. Or like a turd double down, it would be, wouldn't it? Anyway.
Because the cast and crew have done good reviews for this on IMDb.
No. I couldn't bear it. There was now like 1-ish. I think the lowest I got was 4 out of 10. 10 out of 10, amazing movie by Theo Morvan 29. Extremely realistic and so well done, even if the actors aren't well known. Cool to see Jason Street back in a sports movie, and great to see they didn't go the easy, happy Hollywood ending.
I mean, the one that most people watch films for.
I mean, it's a Hallmark film. It's not like at Schindler's List. I wanted them all to like kick the fuck out of Hitler. I understand that some things happen, but with this kind of piece of fluff, you want him to get
satisfaction
the girl
at the end,
to learn his lesson and to open up a batting cage in his dad's name or something. Yeah.
I think they got to 3 minutes left and thought, shit, we can't write it. We can't write anything else. Just do the Sopranos ending. Cut to black.
The worst one I find is Disgusting by GOHV 67974, some numbers. Also in February 2020. Right, this gets a bit Fedora-mancy, this one. This gets a bit milady. The sickest thing about this movie is the world. Oh, no, sorry. The sickest thing about this movie is the world is full of men like this, that a woman will leave a truly good man to chase and wait for the nice guy to end the parade of girls through his bed.
Oh, God, this girl's recently been dumped by someone.
We've got an incel.
Yeah, I said it with some fedoras. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I mean, the dentist guy's quite nice in it, but even he's sort of portrayed as a bit of an arsehole. Mm. But then also, like,
I think this guy's just been dumped by a girl who...
I think his mum's going to be changing his sheets, yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, 10 out of 10, fantastic film by Braitwich Trenton. I don't know. I loved this movie because it gave you some great real-life decisions. I hope they make another movie like this.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah, I mean, like 48 Hours, Mad Max, there's loads. All the reviews were kind of like, yeah, we really liked it, or it didn't really do anything. There was no
It's nothing. It's
particularly
Generally,
negative
yeah.
about it. It was just there.
It started a lot of ideas, but just ignored them for more ideas.
It felt like they'd done that. Write a line, turn the page over. Write a line, turn the page over, and never went back to any of these great ideas that they had in there. That's the reviews. Surprisingly average. I think it comes out at about 4.5 on IMDb, which is higher than I thought it would be. Yeah. I think it's about 40% on Rotten Tomatoes as well, which isn't terrible. But
it's roughly just slightly what we gave it.
It's something to keep your eyes from drying up for 90 minutes.
Yeah. I wouldn't ever watch it again, but it's not as bad as some of the Drek we've seen. It just was there. It was just it's like
things happened and then it was over.
It's just beige. Yeah. This week's podcast of greatness comes to you from the tremendous, and I'm kind of biased in this, Randall Parker's Film Club. Please listen.
You've never mentioned this one, Joe. Go ahead.
Shut up.
Hello, this is Randall, off Randall Parker's Film Club, with me, Randall Parker. I'm just popping up to say hello, and after you finish listening to these guys banging on about films, why don't you give my podcast a listen, and you can hear me banging on about films? Do you know what? I've had this bloody headache all day, and I've just had 2 of Mum's tablets, and everything's starting to go a bit wonky. So join me every week, and I'll review a few classic films, answer listeners' emails, and loads of other film-related fun. Jesus, these pills are fucking amazing. So far in my podcast, we've witnessed a shooting in the local park, locked me mum in a cupboard, spent 24 hours in a World War II tank with a bucket of my own shit, and told tales of the time mum attempted to kidnap a donkey. So join me every Monday for fun, film reviews, and me talking bollocks. Wow, they're really kicking in now, so I'll best fuck off before I start doing my Brian Blessed impression. Oh God, not again.
I fucking love Randall Parker's Film Club. I've told near enough everyone I've ever met about it. I think it's genuinely one of the best and sort of most original things I've come across in a lot of these podcasts over the years. If you like that sort of humour, my sort of humour, then you'll love it. If you don't, then you probably won't, but you should still listen to it anyway because it's great. And the 20-minute episodes that you can watch them on your lunch. Or
easy to do,
yeah. But thumbs up for Randall.
No, actual thumbs up as well. In conclusion, that was Pitching for Love. As stated earlier, if you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark Greatness, you can follow the show on Twitter at Hallmark Great, Instagram at Hallmark Greatness. Get in touch, email us at hallmarkgreatness@gmail.com, find us on Facebook. Joel's Twitch, I think, is Hallmark of Greatness, maybe.
Yeah. I'll be doing some more of that over the next couple of weeks and stuff.
No, that we're back. I'm trying to get more done. Any final thoughts?
Batting cages, more like swatting cages. I don't know.
Nope, Craig.
Eat it like a watermelon.
You dirty boy.
Right, bye.
Bye. Public safety advice from Hallmark of Greatness there. Avoid quarries.